We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. I'm Van, and we are all the LFR family. Thank you so much for pulling up and clicking that play button. Hopefully, you hit that like button as well. Please make sure you answer the poll. Answer the poll. Answer the poll. All right. Pause. Shout out to Sugar Shane who been hanging back, waiting for this joint to start for a minute, brother. Thank you so much for pulling up. He said he got to watch from his phone tonight. Shout out to Angel, Katarina, Lori, Marla. Let me know where y'all watching this joint from, and please make sure you hit the like button. I'm here with some friends again tonight. Let's go. We getting it. We got a bunch of stuff we're gonna be talking about. Make sure y'all let me know where y'all are watching us. And thank you again for being here with the LFR family. I really appreciate it, man. It means a lot to me. All right. Shout out to all you guys. Hit that like button. Hit the like. Make sure you share it too. If you do share it on Reddit, LinkedIn, Facebook groups, X, and make sure you tag me on there so I can show you some love as well. All right, y'all see C1 and Anna P up on the stage. Make sure y'all speak. Show some love to the panelists, and we about to go and get it popping. All right, let's get it.
Anthony Weiner in the house. How you doing, my guy? So,
okay.
I mean,
Who are you carrying for?
I'm carrying for a candidate, but hey,
What candidate?
let's talk about all of those things you guys, you and the
Walden.
Clintons have done
Walden
over the years with all those people that died,
Jim Walden
those
for?
strange deaths.
Really?
Anthony Weiner,
let's
folks,
add
the
one
guy
more
who,
to the list.
the guy who's been texting minors.
One more to the
Look
list.
at this guy.
Add this guy to the list.
This is Anthony
Jim
Weiner.
Walden, this is who's working for you.
It's almost time,
Jim
folks.
Walden, this is
It's
who's
almost
working
time,
for you.
folks.
Jim Walden. Jim
It's
Walden.
almost time.
This guy right here.
Anthony Weiner, the pedophile.
What about you?
Anthony Weiner.
What about you?
How about all of those?
Drop something?
How about all of those?
Who's it? Jim Walden.
How about all of those?
Jim Walden.
How about all of those
Look,
crazy
Walden,
deaths
look, I'm
with the
working
Clinton
for you.
family
Jim
and
Walden.
those spirit cookings?
Yeah, add one more.
Yeah, how about all of that
Add one
adrenochrome? What's up with all that
Add
adrenochrome,
one
my
more,
guy?
pal.
You look like you got
You
some
wanna add one
adrenochrome
more?
on.
You want to add one more?
Hey, look at Anthony Weiner, folks. Anthony Weiner. Hey, we about to find out about those Clinton files and all that stuff. Let's go.
Now, before y'all comment on that joint, now this guy is the same guy that did the same thing to Chuck Schumer. I want you, and just in case y'all didn't see that, and y'all don't know anything about the Anthony Weiner files, we're not even going to discuss them too much because it goes a place that I don't think YouTube really liked that much. But this is the same guy that had a small interview with Chuck Schumer, and watch how this joint went.
Chuck, you know Dominicans actually hate your guts, right? Because you're a scumbag. You know that, right? You ruined New York. You're a loser. You're a loser, buddy. You're a loser. Chuck, you know Dominicans actually hate.
So he brought him over there, joint, and act like he had a couple of nice things to say, and the next thing you know, he said, "You know, you're a scumbag, and Dominicans don't like you too much."
Mm-hmm. It's been said that they won't be able to walk down the street. Like, and I like how he got confronted, and I like how it's coming to the mainstream. You know what I'm saying? All of those little I'm trying to say it without saying it to, offend the tube.
Nah, go ahead and say what you guys say. You think that this is biblical right here? Like people are about to start being shamed
Yeah, it's going to come into it's coming into the mainstream. Like we've been hearing it, but the average person they haven't seen any fireworks. So they don't care about it. Just like, yeah, Anthony Weiner, whatever. But I believe it's tied in with all of this Diddy and everything. And yeah, I'm glad he got roasted on the streets in front of everybody.
Me too. You know, he was actually on Patrick Bet David talking about this, and they started pulling out receipt after receipt after receipt, showing like, because during the Clinton administration, like 40 plus staffers just were unalived.
Yep. And he just gets to lie about it and blow it off and laugh at you like, yeah, whatever. Yo, enough of that. It's too much evidence and receipts, like you said, to just be blowing these things off.
Yeah. And then as far as him being a pedo and all of that stuff, I don't know too much about that. I've heard some stories. I don't know enough to speak about it ad nauseum. Are y'all familiar with that at all?
Yeah.
I remember hearing about it, but I don't know about it. But one thing that I do have to say is the only thing that I don't like about people approaching others the way that this guy did is you're not giving any room for them to respond, for us to actually get a response from them. I would much rather.
The whole point is to shame them.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I understand that. But my thing is, if you're going to have that immediate access to that person that a lot of us want access to, and you have the opportunity to ask them questions, then ask them the important questions and give them a chance to respond. Hold them accountable. Don't talk over them. Don't turn it into a clown show where you're just clowning them nonstop and we don't get an answer.
These people only respond. They're like children. They're only going to respond in a courtroom. While they're on the street, they laugh at you. You're not going to get a response. Yeah, whatever. They're just going, yeah, whatever. Yeah, sure, pal. Whatever you say. Get out of here. So that's why it's just like, no, just ride on them. Say what you got to say. Get it on film. And the rest, they'll have their day in court. But
yeah, I have to say that too, because they're not going to answer any real deep questions anyway. They're not going to answer honestly. But okay, let's say I actually do agree with you. I think that there should be some discourse, something that we can learn from it. You've been able to get somebody's attention that most of us aren't able to get. You're out there on the street. You got a camera. You got a microphone. You got his attention. You got him close enough where he wanted to respond. But if he didn't say anything salacious to him, do you think that he was still gotten that type of response? He will probably just blew him off, like C1 just said. If you come off too nice, they're not going to say anything. They're going to think you're a fan and just blow you off. But when you say something that kind of sort of embarrassed them and they got to defend themselves, then they got to say something to match your energy, or they're just going to blow you off anyway. And plus, that's the dude's brand. His brand is to be an asshole when he's trying to get these people's attention. So he's going to continue that.
And it's good in a way, I think, to call him them names. Make him defend himself. Don't make the news defend him. Don't make his fans say, oh, no, you're hating on him. No, you defend yourself. They calling you that to your face right now. Come out and speak on it. Because if you don't speak on it, then that's suspicious to me. That's guilt to me. Because I don't know. You couldn't come up and calling me and accusing me of certain things. And I'm, oh, no, just let it ride. Just let it. No. We got to address this. We got to get on top of this.
I mean, I understand that in terms of holding them accountable and asking the tough questions and trying to get a reaction out of them. I completely understand. But my point is everything that he was saying in a response. What was his name? What's this dude's name? I forgot.
Anthony Weiner.
Weiner.
So anything that Weiner was saying to him I couldn't hear because this dude was speaking over him. That's my point. If you're saying things to him to get a reaction out of him, then at least pipe down whenever you're getting
That
that
was the point of the
reaction.
video.
Let us hear
Anna?
it.
Yeah.
Anna, that was the point of the video. The point of the video was to be annoying and get his attention and embarrass him and get him to yell out. The point of the video was to clown him like you would somebody on the street. The point of the video was not to do a nice interview and to get his point of view. The point of the video was to yell at him, get him to yell back, and then you yell back and get that type of exchange. That's all he was looking for.
Because he's not nice.
Let us hear what he's yelling back. If you're going to be trolling Anthony Weiner, then let us hear what his response to the trolling is. Because I couldn't hear anything that Weiner was saying in response to whatever this guy was saying.
Why not though? Because he was equally loud. Hey guys, make sure y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button, guys. And I don't know if I should have started off with this video because he said the pedo word, and YouTube feels a way about that.
Enough in terms of the minutes that we've been rolling that it wouldn't flag.
Huh?
I think that was, in terms of a timeline, it was deep enough into the live stream where it wouldn't flag. Because I know it's within the first 3 minutes that YouTube starts to flag for certain words.
Oh no, they flag all throughout a live stream. We're going to be on for 2 hours. You think they only check the first 3 minutes? Nah, they're going to be listening for you specifically, because I already told them that I got a troublemaker joining the live stream tonight, and they already know which one that is. That's you. You're the troublemaker, Annie P. That's everybody already know that. How you feel about that?
I feel great. Especially for that one viewer that has a problem with how I talk and what I sound like.
She said you sound like Kamala.
She said I sound like Kamala, and that I'm what was it called? It's hard to listen to me.
Oh my God! Did you get a name so when I see it, I can call them out?
No, I didn't. I'm not gonna call them out. I'm not gonna call out your audience. They're your fans.
You gotta get their name. Nah, you call them out. Vincent Ramirez, thank you so much for the super chat. He say he's in Iowa and he's a truck driver, and I'm a truck driver at a Love's truck stop. Hey man, watch out for them lot lizards at the truck stops. Watch out for the lot lizards. I'm sure y'all probably don't know what a lot lizard is.
I know what a lot.
Do y'all know what a lot lizard is?
Yeah, I know what a lot lizard is. Stay away. Keep your distance.
All right. Well, yes, keep your distance from lot lizards. Hey guys, hit the like button, man. We at 111 likes. We need a lot more than that. We need at least 1,000 so that Bash, when he pulls up, can shave his head. Okay, that's our goal. 1,000 likes so that when Bash pulls up, he can shave his head. That's what he promised last time.
Mm-hmm.
So we're at 120 right now. I'm gonna need for us to keep that count moving up, because when Bash pulls up, we want to make sure that he shaves his head on a live stream. You know what I mean? Let's make it worth it. Let's make it worth it. All right. Now, y'all, I'm about to play a video for y'all, and I just truly want y'all thoughts. I want y'all brutal honesty, but please make sure y'all still hit the like button, because this one right here might hurt somebody's feelings, but I want to hear what y'all have to say. Make sure y'all sound off. Let's get it.
I have a theory about white people, and I'm about to let y'all know right now. So I feel like they don't really have anything to hold on to, you know, like they don't have something that's like that makes them proud of their race, really. Because it's like we have like stuff like other ethnic groups, we have like stuff that we've overcome that can make us proud to be like Black, proud to be Latinx, proud to be Middle Eastern, proud to be Asian and stuff like that. Like white people, they don't have that. And since they don't have that, they try to like make up shit to be proud to be white. It's like, are y'all like, y'all getting me? Like they try to like oppress themselves, or like they hold on to like shit like the Titanic because it was traumatic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I'm stretching, but I think I'm onto something. I have a theory about white
Hold
people.
on, time out. I'm gonna let y'all answer in a minute, but I gotta see something because I hate when black people are on these videos and then we get that daggone chirp. Hold on, let me see if that you heard it.
I heard it
It's not mine.
as soon as they came on.
Hold on.
You know, like they don't have something that's like that makes them proud of their race, really. Because it's like we have like stuff like other ethnic groups, we have like stuff that we've overcome that can make us proud to be like Black, proud to be Latinx, proud.
That just proves that she's the real thing.
She's definitely the real thing. Thank you so much for the super chat, Angel. Sweet Angel's in the building. She said they're not lot lizards, they're recreational reptiles. Keep it PC. Thank you, Angel. What y'all think about that one right there?
Man,
let me know in the comments what y'all think too.
Another sad state, man. The mentality and what young black people and old black people, a lot of old black people think the same thing. Is such an ignorant and lazy way of thinking. And I know that they think it's deep. Like, yo, I came up with some, it's lazy, man. It's lazy.
I mean, for me, it depends on, am I considered white in this conversation or not white?
No, you're Anna P. Like, your opinion is
valid.
I
know, but the thing is, I'm an immigrant and I'm technically, if you really go based off the definition of white, which is Caucasian, I am the real Caucasian. I am from the Caucasus Mountains. And we have a culture, we have traditions, we have everything that she claims that we don't. She's talking about mixed European nationalities and ethnicities that blended together in the melting pot of America.
She's talking about struggle. That's what she identifies with culture, struggle. If you don't have a struggle story attached to your ethnicity, they consider that not culture. You don't have culture. Okay,
but here's the problem. I'm Armenian. Armenians have struggle.
That's what I'm saying. In their minds, they don't think
technically, but we have struggle. And Jewish people are largely seen as white, but they have struggle in their past, in their ancestry. So the math is not mathing in my head.
Yeah, no, it's not mathing because it's not math. In their head, they've been told that white equals no struggle. Everything is handed to you. So that's why she feels comfortable making that statement. You know what I'm saying? Like, until she goes and actually learns and sees like, no, white people everybody's going through the same things. You know, if you look into the history, white people have history and they have culture. Everybody brings something to the table.
Okay,
that is the definition of ignorance. She does not know.
One of your commenters said, Lag Plays, said every culture has a struggle story. They are stuck on being a victim. And that is 100% the truth. Because
hold on. Time out. Why are y'all trying to debate whether or not it's a struggle or struggle is whether we can brag about our struggle? We're talking about accomplishments here. She's saying white people haven't accomplished anything.
And that's foolishness.
What do you mean? Accomplished, define accomplished.
She said in the video that white people don't have anything to be proud of. They haven't accomplished anything.
From the cell phone that she's talking about that was invented by some white guy. Steve Jobs or something like that. Like, this is
the internet that she's using.
But
stupidity.
I mean,
the house that she was lives in.
Well, here's the thing. All right, so here's the thing. I think she's trained to talk this way. She's a very young girl. She's trained to talk to. Look at how young she is. That's
Yeah.
not a.
She's very young.
She's a young lady. She's very
It's a
young.
shame that
That's
she
what I mean
is
by
buying
ignorance.
into this victim mentality.
Yes,
Because
it is. It's,
She has
where
potential.
she's from, that's normal to talk like that.
it's normal to
That's
talk
normal.
like that.
And the bad part about it is even the people that don't agree and know better don't correct her. People don't say anything. They just allow you to just like, oh, okay, you
They
black,
let you
like,
speak
okay.
on it.
Yeah, you could just, we know that's the way y'all think. Like, go ahead, let her do it, let her get it off.
Yeah. Say
But it
whatever you
doesn't
want to
help
say.
them because nobody tells them the truth. Like, yo, you sound dumb, you sound stupid.
I think being able to conquer a whole country and take it over and have another race of individuals build that mother for you, and then be able to secure the presidency
According to
every
their
single
story,
year.
right?
I mean, every 4 years. I mean, just saying, come on, if you want to talk about being able to maintain dominance in certain areas, that right there is an accomplishment. Okay, let me ask you this. And this is for you, C1, because we watch sports a lot. Don't we always hear people bragging about how black people are the best at basketball, black people are the best at football, black people are the fastest runners in track and field, black people are the best this, black people. So we always bragging about our accomplishments. Well, the white man could say, well, we've been able to take over an entire bit of land and build this joint into 50 states and have them all run like water and make you MFers pay taxes whether you work for us or not, from every single dollar that you make. Like if white people really wanted to talk their sugar honey iced tea, they could.
Come on, man. Like you there's levels to this.
There's levels.
You don't understand what you're saying.
It's levels.
Like the NBA that you talk about, that, oh man, all the black, well, look who puts all the other stuff together. The seats,
who's the boss
stadium.
and who's the employees in that joint?
Yeah, the seats, the stadiums.
I mean, even the employees are making plenty. I mean, if when it comes down to just, for example, the idea of white privilege, LeBron's kids and his grandkids and his great grandkids are going to be far more privileged than me or my kids or my grandkids or my great grandkids, because the wealth that he has. I don't see it as a race issue. It's more of a class issue. And whether we're talking about the employers in the NBA or whatever sports team we're talking about versus the employees, which are the athletes, all of them are making millions of dollars or billions in terms of the employers. And none of that is even in the threshold that us regular everyday folks can even relate to.
And what she's calling pride is being proud of strife in your life. Like this is what unifies us, so to speak. Like, oh, you have food stamps? Oh, I have food. Yeah, okay, this is now culture. You didn't have this, I didn't have it either. It's more to life than that. Because there's a whole other side of people who did have these things. There's black people who didn't have food stamps. There's black people who did go to a different school and go to certain things, and so you're making this bubble, and they're living in this bubble.
They prefer it.
Somebody pop the bubble.
Yeah, they prefer to live in the bubble, bro. They prefer to live in it. Here's the thing, man. And I don't know if y'all seen this joint already, but I'm gonna play it just one more time so that y'all can hear it, and just so we can hear what perspective she's really coming from, because clearly she don't know a damn thing. Clearly she's being extremely racial right now.
I have a theory about white people, and I'm about to let y'all know right now. So I feel like they don't really have anything to hold on to, like they don't have something that's like that makes them proud of their race, really, because it's like we have like stuff like other ethnic groups, we have like stuff that we've overcome that can make us proud to be like Black, proud to be Latinx, proud to.
She said we have stuff to overcome that makes us proud, and then the smoke detector said beep. Like, you better speak, girl.
Be Middle Eastern, proud to be Asian and stuff like that. Like white people, they don't have that, and since they don't have that, they try to like make up shit to be proud to be white. It's like, are y'all like, y'all getting me? Like,
kind of like what you doing.
They try to like oppress themselves, or like they hold on to like shit like the Titanic because it was traumatic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't.
Yes, they try to oppress themselves and hold on to stuff like the Titanic. Go ahead, say it, C1. You're thinking exactly.
Kind of like what she's describing, exactly what she's doing. You're just making up shit to feel sad about and holding on to things to oppression Olympics. You know what I'm saying?
Like slavery and civil rights.
And Tulsa, Oklahoma,
and George Floyd.
Yeah, like they need to be able to, somebody has to hold a mirror up to them, and nobody holds the mirror up to them. They're just allowed to go, to just keep going and going and say anything. It doesn't matter how stupid it is, how much. You can just say it. Imagine if the white people started off their blog with the or video with that. I have a theory about Black people. They don't have anything to hold on to, and that's why they act the way they act. They would be crying a river.
Go ahead, Anna P. Anna P was about. I thought Anna P was about to say something. That's why I was quiet.
I'm just, race aside, I just think that kind of the mentality that she carries, where it's just blanket statements, where she's not seeing individuals as individuals and their individual lived experience. Somebody could have grown up completely, quote unquote, privileged in a wealthy family and be white, right? And they could have had the worst parents that neglected them and had the worst experience growing up. So on paper, yeah, they might have had the most privileged life, but individually speaking, they didn't. Their experiences are what's going to shape them. I like to view people as an individual. I don't like the mentality that she has, where it's just blanket statements all around for either white people or Black people or Mexican people or anyone. Just because you're Black does not mean you are a victim or you grow up in struggle. Just because you're Asian does not mean that your parents are some type of way versus whether you're Latino or anything. It's all individual experiences.
Mm-hmm. I agree 1,000%.
It has nothing to do with any of these stupid blanket statements, which is exactly what the left harps on. And they jump on it because that is another way for them to just cluster us all up and put a divide between each other, and to have us, I feel like an Italian. I'm using my hands so much right now, even if you guys can't see it. But this mentality is what the left is banking on to create more division so that we are easier to manipulate and control. And I don't like.
Yeah, they need a herd mentality. They need groupthink, where we can just throw out blanket statements. And like we always say, as soon as you ask them about these things, as soon as you sit there and ask them a specific question about their statements, it goes blank.
Like Cynthia said, Satan is the master of confusion.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, I agree with you.
All right, so check this out. Kevin Gates was actually just now speaking about this. I don't know if y'all saw the conversation that he had on a show called The Truth After Dark. Ooh, I like that name. The Truth After Dark. Sheesh, I should have taken that. That's kind of slick. I like that. All right, so check this out, guys. This is Kevin Gates. Hit the like button, guys, and hit your notification bell too if you haven't already, so that next time we go live, you'll be notified.
You can't judge me off a scale that we not the same thing.
Come on.
I'm carbon based.
Come on.
This shit different than ammonia based. It's genetically different. You can say what you want to, but what worked for you don't work for me.
I've loved that. I live by that. I feel that.
So somebody that can't go in the sun without sunscreen, man, your opinion don't even matter to me, man. God don't even fuck with you that much, bitch. Your opinion don't matter to me.
Come on now.
Like, I'm just saying, like, people be caring about being liked. I don't give a fuck who don't like me. Like, when they talk to Black Lives Matter, I say, man, I don't really care for niggas like that. I don't care to be around them. Because there's always some bullshit. Well, I'm going to go back to the black community. Hey, good luck. Good luck. Why you ain't done now? Because you don't want that kind of pressure that's going to get applied.
Right.
Man.
Because we kill each other all day. Talk about each other behind each other back. Any family get together and we gossiping in the kitchen. Nigga, you just seen me outside and went in the kitchen and decided to turn into a bitch ass nigga when you went in the kitchen. Yeah, Gates, he really think. Come on, man. That's how we do. When you look at my comments, the people saying negative shit be niggas. The Black Lives Matter movement, they got mad at me. They said, I told them, hey, listen, I wasn't made for everybody to like.
That's real.
I told them, you know what's worse than a nigga? They was like, what? Another one?
Ooh, damn.
We kill each other all day. The song, I'll fuck your bitch, I'll kill you, bust your head, you know, and then we talk about each other behind each other back. And then soon as a white person kill one of us, y'all should have left him. Y'all should have let him live. Why? So we could kill him. That's all.
Yeah. That's
be jumping up and down, hollering, talking about that Black Lives Matter. Who do they matter to? Even the songs you listen to, you ready to hear about a nigga talking about he gonna split a nigga shit? Because I like that type of shit too now. I like to hear a nigga get their top popped in a song. I do. I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But I don't really too much like, if I be wrong, niggas, my antennas go up.
You be feeling away.
No, it's just because of where I've been at. It's because I grew up in them environments.
For sure. No, that makes sense. I get it. Yeah. Well, I will say this.
Where it happened at the club? You at the club, a bunch of niggas.
Where I grew up.
This what it go down.
Where I grew up at. Shots waking up in the middle of the night.
Yeah, so why would I put myself in that situation? Anywhere I gotta be and have a gun, hey, I don't need to be there. God bless me.
Right.
Now, if you don't feel like God bless me, that's cool. But look at my situation and your situation. God bless me, homie.
100%.
I ain't stupid. I know what's up.
Refreshing to hear somebody just being authentic or a rapper be authentic. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to agree with everything that he says, but be you. Talk your talk. Like that was real. A lot of what he said, I did agree with. He said the same thing a lot of people say off the camera. And that's why a lot of those interviewers and personalities with their just, you know, it's mind blowing to me. To watch them be like, that's real. Like, wow. Like, where have you been that y'all don't know these things?
Oh, they've been there. They know. I'm sorry. Go ahead, NP.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was about to say that specifically regarding what he said about BLM. It's, in my opinion, a slap in the face of Black people that don't agree with BLM, that everyone thinks that just because it translates to Black Lives Matter, that you were supposed to have been on board with it, because it basically signals to me that you don't have the critical thinking to dive in deeper and analyze it for what it really was versus what they're trying to parade around.
Oh, I
Say the last
understand.
part again, Anna, please.
Say that again.
No, I said, could you repeat the last part of what you said again?
I said that I find it more disrespectful that they expect Black Americans to have just gone along with BLM because the acronym translates to Black Lives Matter just on face value, rather than expecting Black Americans to have the critical thinking skills to want to dive deeper into knowing what this organization is actually about.
I thought it was a dumb name the first time I heard it. I knew what it was. It's meant to cause division. Why? What you think? You think other races are going to feel comfortable saying Black Lives Matter? Why would they get down with that? Why would they want to get down with that?
They got down with it because it was
pressure
out of guilt
and pressure, guilt, and all of that, and a groupthink mentality. But why would another race want to get down with all lives matter? We all know that. Like, you expect Asians to run around saying Black Lives Matter, and
they did,
and it's divisive because if the second you said all lives matter, you were canceling. This is this that.
Van and C1. Can I just tell you one thing? I remember the peak of this whole George Floyd movement, and I was sitting in my backyard with a friend of mine who is now an acquaintance, and she felt like this. She's very big on, like, in terms of, like, she's very in tune with what social media is and the trends that pop up. And when BLM started up, she has never once in the years that I've known her, from middle school till when this entire thing took place, she has never been a social justice kind of person. But because she is so in tune with social media, not social justice, she was like, are you down to go to one of the protests? And I went with her. But her reason for going was strictly because she wanted to post about it and to have videos to document that she was with whatever the trend was. And it was a trending thing. It was a fad. It wasn't something that is genuine, that you believe in.
Mm-hmm. I know Black people that did it for photo ops.
I mean, all of this stuff is a trad. I mean, is a fad. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but all of this stuff is a fad. I mean, why do you think Barack Obama pressed everyone out to have a whole month for homosexuals? I mean, an entire month, Pride Month. That was because it was a fad. That's why everybody started jumping out of closets all of a sudden, because it was a fad. Like, most things that happen in this country happen because it's a fad. Americans are running around with Palestine flags because it's a fad to do it.
I think Barack did that because he wanted that. That's what he wants it to be. I don't think he wants that to be a fad. I think he wants that to be the norm.
He was riding the financial wave that suited him, in my opinion. I think that that was just, it was signs of the times. It was super gay. It was, that's where we are today. Well, we're not even there anymore because we have somebody who took office and said there's only 2 pronouns, and everybody was crying like they wouldn't be able to live without it. I mean, or they wouldn't be able to live moving forward with 2 pronouns. But you see, everybody's moving. with two pronouns, they're fine. They're comfortable. They're good.
Back to reality.
Back to reality. Oh, you know what I mean? It is what it is. It is what it is. Kevin Gates. I honestly, I understand everything he's saying. I don't agree with everything that he said in this video, but I will say this. I appreciate him calling out his own people. Not only did he call out, he's saying white people say something, hey, like, I know I ain't got to impress you on nothing. But then he also went and said, black people, y'all get to smoke too. And that's what I appreciate, man, because when people allow anybody to dictate how they move simply because they have an opinion of what you think or how you think, then, hey, you shouldn't be listening to them anyway. I don't listen to nobody. Like, I don't care. If somebody say that they don't like the way I talk, then you just not going to be liking the way I talk, or you're not going to tune into my frequency. It is what it is.
It's what it is.
Yeah, if you don't like my ideology, you don't like my ideology. Like, my whole crew, everybody around me, and I'm sure you can relate to this, and you too, Anna P. A lot of people that I know, great majority, like more than 90% of them, are straight up Democrats. And I live in a 92% Democrat city, and they all know how I move. So it is what it is, man. I don't think about other people's situations. And it is us that I look over my shoulder. I don't look over I honestly don't even look over my shoulder a whole lot because of God, but he's right. My antennas go up when I am around in an area that has a crazy amount of our people that look like me.
That's just being honest. That's the truth. Like,
but I
if
think
y'all
that,
like it, if y'all don't like that, that's the truth. Change how you move.
but C1 and Van, I have to tell you that that is the same. I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
No, I said if y'all don't like how it sounds, change how you move. But you can't just expect everybody to keep lying for you.
Yeah, accountability is a large portion of the picture that we're talking about right now. But when it comes to people doing wrong within their own community, that is something that takes place in every minority group. And I know because even within my own community, I know the first people that my people are willing to commit fraud against or lie and steal from is people within our community. And it's wrong, and it is something that needs to be called out on. But the problem that comes from that is, are you willing to call it out? And second, what is the reaction when it does get called out? Are you called?
So you saying you don't trust Armenians?
Watch this. You know what the difference is?
In a way, I don't. In a way, I do.
In a way, you don't trust Armenians?
I don't. I mean, okay, go ahead and Google.
That's cap.
Van. Go ahead and Google what bust was made this week with Armenians. $84 million fraud bust.
I mean, I got you, but you never said to me that you don't trust your people. You never said that.
I love my people, but when it comes to trust, I don't trust them.
Who do you trust more? White people?
I don't. It's an individual thing. See, again, it comes down to individuals.
Well, what we're talking about here is Kevin Gates is saying his own people that look like him, he don't trust them the most because we are the ones that harm each other the most. We will smile in your face and stab you in your back. At a function, a family cookout at his own house, they will love on him outside. And then when they go in the kitchen around each other, they'll be like, man, he think he this, he think he that. Like, so that's the difference. Like, I'm trying to see if that's the same relationship that you have with other Armenians, because that's what I'm hearing.
No, that's okay. In terms of if that's what you're defining as trust, no. I mean, if I was stuck on the street and another Armenian pulled up behind me, then I would feel relief, because it's like, I know he even if he's a shitty person in whatever he's doing, he's still going to help me out in this situation.
Wow, that's racist though.
Why is that racist?
Because you said that you would prefer somebody who's Armenian to help you out over anybody else.
That's not what I said.
What'd you say?
I said if an Armenian did pull up behind me, I would feel relief, because I know that he's going to help me out in that situation. Yes. That doesn't mean I prefer him over someone else. That just means that I know that given the similar upbringing that we most likely have, he is stipulated to have to help me.
I think you moonwalking, Anna P.
That's not moonwalking.
AC1. Can you hear her moonwalking? It sounds like she backsliding a little bit.
Nah, I'm not gonna take it as a moonwalk. It's not. I don't think it's a moonwalk. I think it's like the same as if a black guy average black guy was on the road and another black dude pulled up behind him. And he would look like, oh, all right, okay, this is cool. He might have a sigh of relief, but at the same time, you in
please tell me how I'm doing some mental gymnastics.
You don't care about who's pulling up at that point. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But I wanted to say this real quick. The difference when you said, Anna, all races do their little dirt and have their little funky ways and whatnot. The difference is with the black people or the black culture is, and it's not all, of course, but just common sense speaking, the other cultures don't take it and embrace it and write songs about it and party to it and have movies about it and make it seem that as if all these negative parts are the culture. Like everybody else does their dirt, but they don't make movies about it. It's not songs. It's not a whole.
They don't celebrate it.
Celebrate it in the club, and if you say something about it, and you go to the school, they're doing it in the school. The teachers are singing the same music as the kids.
Now I'm gonna sound like a complete leftist, Van. But okay, when it comes to that, I agree with you. But in terms of what the music industry does perpetuate and what they release, do you not think that the people that are in power are deliberately publishing and publicizing and ramping up the sales of that kind of a music or that kind of stereotype?
Yeah,
where
I know that's true. Like, yeah, they're making money off of it.
It's deliberately made to divide people. It is made to.
But there still has an accountability part.
Black
American. Still a part of accountability. If it's still an accountability, like you take accountability for your own actions. Yes. At some point, it's like they could put crack all over the street. They could leave it buckets on every corner. Like you don't have to take it.
You ain't got to take it. You ain't got to sell it.
I understand that.
You ain't got to make money off of it.
I'm not arguing that point at all.
It's all about choices. Just because they're putting it there doesn't mean that you have to indulge.
The only portion
they put sneakers in Walmart too. They don't go buy them.
Mm-hmm.
They go to Foot Locker. They go to Louis Vuitton. They go to Snipes. They go to. So they choose. You pick and choose. Yeah, a lot of people know the music is bad. They know it is, but it's too easy to just go with the flow.
It's a part of culture, man. It's a part of how we move.
Also be that if you're an up-and-coming musician and you are living in a gang-ridden projects neighborhood and you get this opportunity to sign a deal with a record company And the stipulation is that you have to kind of produce music that they approve of, and you sign it because of the intentions, the good intentions that you have, where you want to bring your family out of the struggle that you have been exposed
That's
to.
bullshit, Anna P.
Yeah, because there was a time in hip hop
You're
that
not
was
holding
called
them
selling
accountable. You're giving them a reason out. You're saying that since they live
There was-
in this environment, that music is giving them a way out. So I understand if they're going to take this opportunity to get their families out of it.
There
I'm
was a
not
time in
creating an
hip hop. If you
excuse.
talk about hip hop, there was a time when that was called selling out.
Yes.
You would
It
get
was a time that was
canceled
called
for that.
selling out.
That was canceled. If you went and you got that record deal and you started doing the music that the establishment wanted you to
Talk
do,
about it.
you were a cornball.
You was
and
a
it was
cornball.
over.
But what
this
happens
is-
whenever the music that the establishment wants you to create is also what is popular? Because now you're not considered a sellout whenever you are creating the music that the establishment wants you to make, because it is considered popular. So you are seen as creating music that is just going with what the masses want. But on the other
the
hand,
sellout is now cool.
you are a sellout.
Yeah, the sellout is cool. They made the sellout cool.
You selling out if you I say some of the biggest sellouts in the world, Jay-Z. Some of the biggest sellouts in the world.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. We can say 100% when somebody becomes a billionaire, but we can't say they're 100% when somebody's trying to get out the hood. It's the same thing. They are both choosing poison. One is just great at it, and one is raising up other minions, making them millions in the process. And here's the thing. I understand it. I completely get it. I get it. But if we know that is a tool that's used against Black people, and we still decide to take that tool and F up our communities even more, just so our pockets could get fatter, that's exactly what the Democrats do. The Democrats will act like they're in support of a certain group or subgroup just until they receive their support, and then they still poop on them. They still take advantage of them. They still tell them that the economy is bad while all of their bank accounts are going crazy, moving in the upward trajectory. So we see this all the time. These people sell out just so they can stay popular or so they can get something. All these women on social media getting butt injections or new butts, new lips, and getting their stomachs sucked out so that they can look like something that will make them more money. It's ridiculous, man. It's all selling out to me.
It is. We embrace sellout culture.
We most certainly do.
I also think this is exactly the reason why that so many people are so anxious and excited in a way about this whole trial that's going on with Diddy. It's not about seeing a Black man fall, as the Shade Room likes to spin it.
Right.
About seeing people that have been so complicit in the deterioration of society. And the reason that people hold out hope that from this trial there will be some accountability held for people like Jay-Z, it's because we finally are at that point where we want to see that accountability. We want the truth, and we don't want to have anyone get away with everything that they have been able to get away with thus far.
Absolutely.
I think we're being slighted on this one too. With the Diddy trial, it's 2025. Why is this not being televised? That's how they're trying to run
federal case. No, that is an actual thing, because federal cases are not televised.
Yeah.
State cases are televised. Federal cases are never televised. And
if it weren't a RICO charge, then we'll be able to see it.
I think we need to be able to see this. The public needs to be able to see this.
I agree with you, but my thing is, in terms of the legal standards, when it comes to federal cases and federal charges, it's never televised, but you do get transcripts and the court Sketcher or whoever it is, the one that Diddy has is complete
because I
garbage.
heard something. I don't know if I'm correct, but I heard that a judge denied it. Like they had a chance, like they could have filmed it, but I heard that a judge denied it.
No. What? Because he's charged with federal crimes, it's not. It was never going to be televised.
Okay, well,
federal cases are just the same thing with Ghislaine Maxwell. Her case was federal. That's why it was also not televised.
Okay.
Yeah. I wish I could see behind the veil too, but honestly, I'm glad that I can't, because then it makes me lose interest in going out and searching and reading all this and reading all that has to do with Diddy. I don't care enough about Diddy. I don't care enough about Diddy. I don't care enough about Cassie. I think Cassie is complicit. I think she is a part of the whole circle. Is she still a victim? Yes, you can be a victim and you can be complicit. You can be forced to join a gang. You're still a lot of people don't know that. A lot of these youngins that's out there shooting people, they don't realize that some of these youngins are actually being forced to do that, like, because they have to walk back and forth past these same groups and they have to join how they join. But at the end of the day, I still don't give anybody a pass. Why? Because we all have our lot. Like, we all have our stuff, our sugar honey iced tea. I have mine. They have theirs. You all have yours. I mean, I can't look at nobody and say, woe is me, baby boy or baby girl. You know what I mean? I wish this was a perfect world, but unfortunately it's not.
It's the real world.
It's the real world.
But it's also, I think it's also important to take into consideration the psychology of the situation.
The psychology of what?
In terms of Cassie was 19 when she met Diddy. He had control over her entire career because she had signed a contract with him before she started dating him. And then it was a 10-year or 10 album contract. And then after that, he started dating her. So she couldn't really get out of it. And anytime she did try to kind of get out of that relationship, either he beat her, blew up her new partner's car, or did whatever to instill fear in her to have her return back to him. So
you keep on giving these daggone victims a way to, like, you're putting them in that victimhood situation. You do realize 19 years old is grown.
It's technically grown, but I'm talking in terms of psychology. When it comes to the brain, she is not fully grown. Van, if it was your 19-year-old daughter, you would know that a 40-year-old man.
That's a child.
Here's the thing.
That's a child.
Okay.
You still have grown.
She chose to go sign with them. She chose to go sign with them, just like most of these illiterate assholes out here are signing, and they're under 21. We don't give any of them a pass. All these youngers that's out there shooting each other and all that other stuff, if a 10-year-old gets shot on the playground, we're not giving them a pass because their brain is not developed. It's not no judge that's going to say, you're 19, you're 20, your brain is underdeveloped. I'm not going to give you all this time. They're going to get the time that's served.
Not giving them a pass, but at the same time, it's we know, like, it's not the same as a 29-year-old doing this. This is a 19-year-old.
It's not the same, but we also know that a lot of young ladies, they date up. Like, they date older men. This is what they do. And a lot of the older men, they target younger people. I think this was all about power. And also, I'll say this. When she was asked on the stand, she was actually asked on the stand, why didn't you get out of this? Y'all remember her answer, right? Her answer was she didn't want another woman to take her spot. That's what she said. And at this point, she wasn't 19. At this point, she was no longer locked in step by step with him. She could have left.
That was during the first part where they first started talking about the freak offs.
I'm just saying her conversation.
I agree with you.
I mean,
But
I'm just saying.
that's exactly why that I'm saying that the psychology needs to be taken into consideration, because when you're 19, you don't have experience with relationships, and the first real kind of high profile relationship that you get yourself into is somebody that is so sick and twisted, and you're so afraid of losing your spot, you're willing to put up with dang near anything. And I'm not saying that as an excuse to what she did and how she's thinking about it, but
I am.
It could just be the reality. It's not an excuse. It just could be the reality.
As someone that has, me personally, I have been in an abusive relationship, so I know the train of thought of how you come up with excuses for the person that you love and hate at the same time. Does that make sense?
Yes, but that can also be insecurity. That could be many different things. That's not only mind control. That could be the fact that you don't love yourself enough to move on.
You don't. Whenever you let yourself fall into an abusive relationship, you definitely don't love yourself enough.
So that's what I'm saying. So that don't have to do with any, that's your own issues that you have to solve.
Mm-hmm.
If you already have those issues, then it's easy to manipulate you.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And a person that's looking to manipulate is not looking for somebody that's difficult to manipulate.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking for certain characteristics.
Another factor.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like when he has the band, those different all of those people, like he's figuring out which one of these ones I can keep and manipulate.
Yes. And guess what?
I'll keep that one. The rest of y'all
he knew that they were, but here's the thing, C1, he knew that they were all hungry for fame. I'm going to manipulate all of them. And the ones that I can't, they'll wean themselves out. Those are the strong ones. And guess what? They were all young. They were all young.
Right. So he's preying on them too. You know what I mean? Like
absolutely. He a pimp.
Yeah. So it's foul on their part, but it's foul on his part too.
Absolutely.
Doing,
absolutely. Now, but that's the thing, C1. I flipped it. I'll be right back. Like I flipped it. Like what I was saying was the issue is him. I think he is the issue. But I said that she should get some culpability too, because she's also the issue. And a lot of people who are looking at this right now, they're realizing, yo, she's complicit. Like she was like a kingpin in this, a queenpin in this. She was the one introducing new people to the party. And when she had her one-on-ones with the people that he was paying for her to be with, she would ask for other things. He never asked her to be peed on by that dude that she that he paid for. She asked for that. She wanted to be peed on by a random dude that was being paid to have sex with her. These are all things that she wanted.
Yeah, this is I can't defend that. You know what I mean?
Got you on a couple if you got time.
I don't know. I was not there. I know it's a lot of nasty work coming out this situation, though. You know what I'm saying?
It is. Yeah, it is. I'm with you 100%. I mean, that's where I am right now. I'm just saying that a lot of times we give all the culpability to one side, not realizing that we all play a part in this. We most certainly do. Now, at a certain age, I cut that off. At a certain age, I cut that off. And I usually like to cut it off when they will cut it off. When someone just agrees that they're grown, then I'm agreeing with you. You're grown. All of your faculties belong to you now. You're responsible for yourself. And if you're stepping out there on faith like that and you're saying that you're grown, guess what? What will happen if one of your kids say, I'm grown, you can't tell me nothing? And you be like, oh, word? Are you going to try to talk them out of it? No, you're not grown. You're only 19. Please allow me to be your father and continue to pay all your bills and do everything for you. No, you're going to allow them to tell you, oh, really? That's how you want to move?
Mm-hmm.
Are they mentally ready to do so?
Talk you could do.
Yeah. See, this is called, to me, if we're going to take accountability, we can't half-ass it. I think that's the problem now. I think that we've been we've been coddling the black community for a long time. A long time. Black culture, we've been coddling each other for a long time and giving each other way too much grace. We're not God. How do we give each other grace? Maybe I'm just an asshole. I don't know.
No.
Thank you, OT the Real. Appreciate you, big dog. OT the Real on I-95 with Roland J and OT the Real dead ops. Holy crap. Dead ops. What the heck? Hey man, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you, big dog. I think Anna P is a liberal. I think I'm too conservative now that I have a pickup truck.
I'm a liberal.
Yes, because you've taken a lot of liberal stances tonight. You don't think so?
No.
You said you was.
No, I'm actually just being.
You can't judge me off.
The two were seen it.
I'm a centrist. I used to be a liberal, and now it's been what, 8 years that I've been center leaning right. So I'm not going to lie to your audience and say that I'm a conservative, even though I have conservative values in terms of certain things. I can still see the reasoning and understand the perspective of the liberals.
Oh, 1,000%.
I don't lean left, actually. King Thorn or Dom? King Dom? No, I don't lean left. I actually lean right.
Yeah, everybody's saying that you're definitely a lib. Everybody's saying that you're definitely a lib. That's the vote. Everybody's agreed already. Like it's like 90 to 10.
Matthew Wright is right. I am independent. I voted Trump 2020. I voted Trump 2024. I used to be one of those crying liberals in 2016, which is super embarrassing to think about now.
I have a question for you. If Cassie was to get arrested for her part that she played, how would you feel about that?
Depends on what she's getting arrested for. If she was complicit in terms of getting other women and other victims into Diddy's hands, then I would feel it would be justified. Because anybody, I am just disclosure, I am somebody that has suffered from sexual abuse from my youth. So from 6 to 9, I've endured it, and my sister has at age 12. So I know the trauma that it comes with. And if Cassie was complicit in that, then she needs to be held accountable.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And you wouldn't consider her age at that point, right? If she drugged any of them women that ended up
she was complicit in any of that,
yes,
then she needs to be held accountable. Yes. Because at some point, even if you're 19, your brain knows right from wrong. Because in terms of psychology, okay,
you wasn't saying that a minute ago.
No, I'm saying your brain isn't fully developed a minute ago. That's what I was saying. Your brain is not fully developed. But when it comes to learning right from wrong, you learn that from age 6 to 10. I learned that in AP psychology back in high school. So if the science has changed, I don't know about it.
What if someone manipulates you? Does that still matter?
It does.
Somebody manipulate you into doing that, and it's not them doing it, it's the manipulator that's doing it, but doing it through them as a remote control.
It doesn't matter, but it also matters the context in terms of if you're being manipulated, but you can see through it. Well, actually, hang on. That's a tough question.
Yeah, that's a hard one right there. That's because it was case by case. It would have to be a case by case, and that's a tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's the manipulator? What exactly were you being manipulated to do? And how vulnerable is the person? Like, how did you catch them? You know what I mean? Like,
like
that's a deep one.
Jeffrey Dahmer. You know, everybody that was under his cult and doing whatever he wanted to do. Could have been complicit, but if they were the conduit and didn't know what they were doing or had no responsibility. I mean, y'all both said that the likelihood of her being led to do those things by someone who targeted her is high. So if that's the case, if she put some of that pink cocaine in somebody's drink that ended up putting them on their stomach and having things done to them while they were asleep for hours.
But now here's the question,
we can't leave any stone uncovered.
But is the other question that I would pose to you, which is the nuance of all of these kinds of situations, which is why I like to see everything as an individual act. When it comes to Cassie, say she was under the influence of drugs that Diddy had supplied her with, and then under the influence of the drugs that he had supplied her with, he told her to go and put drugs in someone else's cup. Now, do you hold her fully responsible for the action that she took under the influence of the drugs that he put her under?
Yes, I do.
But she's under the influence.
Yes, and so is he. He's not even controlled. So how are we going to say that she's liable to somebody else because she is not under she's not in control of herself or her faculties, but she's being controlled by someone else who is also under the influence and not fully controlled by his faculties. He has also poisoned his brain to do some of the things that he's doing. Remember when she was going into some of those freak offs, she'll be like, yo, you got drugs, you got this, you got that. I mean, like, she was ready because she knew she had to be in zombie land in order to go through with that stuff. Because some of this, she didn't like most of it. She just was there because she didn't want her spot taken. She was doing that hard work in order to stay on the team.
I mean, we gotta, this is something that you can, you gotta look at all angles because nobody was there to verify how this took place. At the end, we're all speculating, you know?
Exactly. We are.
She could have been very well like, yo, I'm with all of this. You know what I'm saying? And then got to a point where she changed her mind. Or Diddy could have put something in her drink the first night and come back with me. Who knows?
What if LeBron is responsible for it all? I think in our
how do we get
any Armenians are responsible for it?
Armenians,
like DJ Khaled.
Somehow, some way, probably.
Is DJ Khaled Armenian?
No, he's Arab.
He's Arab. What about French Montana?
He's Arab as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's Moroccan.
When they wear those kinds of headpieces, they're Arab.
Okay, I don't know what hair pieces. Like they wore like the hair wrap things, like the wraps or something.
Yeah, Armenians are Christians. Khaled and French Montana, they're Muslim.
Okay, so you know a lot about the crew. I see you. I see you. Okay,
yeah, we're Landlocked Nation. We're right there.
So we got another story to talk about. So this young girl right here, she was 19 years old.
I was scared that we not the same thing.
Let me turn this on. She met this guy online. This 19-year-old young lady. She met this guy online. Her name is Sade Robinson. And she met a guy by the name of Maxwell S. Anderson. He was 34 years old. They met online. They met at a restaurant, sat down at a restaurant, ate food, then went back to his house. And then all of this happened. And it's not anything good. So I'm gonna let y'all hear it out and we can rap about it in a second.
The two were seen at two Milwaukee bars on April 1st, 2024. The two were seen at two Milwaukee bars on April 1st, 2024, on a first date. Less than 24 hours later, Robinson's severed leg was found at Bournemouth Park in Cudahy. In the days that followed, other human remains were later found in the area of 30th and Walnut, just blocks from where Robinson's car was found torched on the morning of April 2nd. Around that time, prosecutors say these surveillance photos are of Anderson leaving and hopping on a bus back to his Southside home. It's at that home investigators searched 2 days later, and where prosecutors believe Robinson went after leaving that Water Street bar.
What happened during those 3 hours at his home? Those are the questions that no one knows right now, and this jury trial is going to help us figure out what happened here.
The trial's likely to feature a lot of technical information, GPS, cell phone data, detailed scientific evidence. The state has... The two were seen at two Milwaukee bars on April 1st.
All right. So, what y'all think? Death penalty?
I'm confused. What he cut her up?
100% death.
Yes. And then put her remains all over
the woods or whatever.
Yeah.
100%. If you're gonna,
you can get the death penalty.
If you're going to murder somebody and then go to the extended length of dismembering them, you deserve the death penalty, in my opinion.
Yep, I wouldn't lose no sleep.
You're doing the taxpayers a service of just, no, the jury would be doing the taxpayers a service of ending his life. I don't want to have my taxpayer money going to him being in solitary or life imprisonment for the rest of his life. That's what, another 50 years? No. Just cut that shit short.
Can't argue with you, Anna.
Yeah, he go to prison. He joined the Aryan Nation gang. They celebrate him for doing that to a black person. He lives the life inside of a penitentiary for the next 40, 50 years. Grow old and gray with a little bit of stripes. Yeah, take him up out of here.
He's retarded.
Take him up
Are
out
we
of
allowed to use that word?
Huh?
I'm saying, are we allowed to use the R word?
Not more than once. Not more than once. Y'all really didn't like that story. I didn't either.
I don't have much to talk about it.
I didn't either, man. I really didn't either. I mean, because when I very first saw it, man, I saw it on Instagram, and it was being shared by a platform that only share Black excellence videos and look what the white man did to us again type of videos. They don't share, the fact that there was like 11, 13 people that were shot over Memorial Day weekend this weekend, and both of them were at areas where heavily laden with people that look like me, unfortunately.
They had a mass shooting in Philly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Memorial Day.
Yep. Yeah, Memorial Day. I actually shared one of those stories earlier today. I shared one of those stories earlier today, and I shared one of those stories over the weekend because I actually decided to do some. No, it wasn't over the weekend. It was on Memorial Day. So earlier today and yesterday, I shared those stories because, you know what I mean? I thought it was weird. I thought it was absolutely weird, man.
That's the kind of stuff that makes me not watch the local news. I stopped watching local news just for those kind of stories. When my daughter was born, I couldn't take it. It would just be like, death and destruction, this, and I was like, I don't want to hear about this stuff.
I hear you, man. One of the reasons why I stopped looking at news altogether. Buried my head in the sand, man. I didn't want to hear anything about it.
Yep, I can watch world news and politics, but the local news, and especially because it's in your backyard. Like, I didn't see it. I don't necessarily want to know about it.
You know what I think, man? Here's the thing with that. How can our young ladies be a little safer and not put themselves in a situation where they end up being with a potential, serial killer or murderer or something like that? They met online. First time she meets him, she goes back to his house. Like, she's 19 years old. He's 34. Like, what will make that? Why are you going to somebody's house your very first time? Meeting them online. Why are you meeting them online before you do some recon of who this person is?
Exactly what you just said is exactly what we were talking about with Cassie. She's 19 and he's 39. And this is a regular freaking dude. She went back to his place and went in with him.
Okay, first of all, this happened to older women too. They don't only act until 19.
I'm not saying it doesn't, but I'm just saying this specific example that
you're gonna blame her age.
You said she's 19. You brought her age into the equation.
Only because of the story. I said, how can we prevent our young people from taking these measures and putting themselves in a horrible situation again?
By uplifting, I'm not giving her moral and ethical standards. Yes. We need, I told you, we have a moral decay in this country, and we need to have the younger population realize that morality is a virtuous thing, that likes and followers and subscribers is not the way to go. You have to have a moral and principled grounding, and not just grounding, but a root that everything else comes from. If not, you have nothing.
It's also too the luck of the draw, and this thing called real life. Like, because you can have people that have morals and good upbringing and all of that, and they end up with a killer. So
absolutely,
sometimes who knows, but sometimes you might die so other people can learn a lesson. Mm-hmm. As messed up as it might sound, but it might be so that other girls can learn and a wake up call, because a lot of times it's not real till somebody gets hurt or somebody dies. It's just really talk. Isn't. You know what I'm saying? And the girl's like, oh, I knew her. That's so-and-so's cousin. So be careful with this online thing, and then you got kids too. It's always a kid out there who thinks they're grown. And and it's always going to be people out there, like kids who don't have a rough time, and maybe their parents aren't the best parents, so people go different ways. So this is just something that is unfortunate, but I don't know if it's something that can be stopped.
I personally think that if we improve I don't know if it comes down to parenting. I don't know if it comes down to just morality or schooling or whatever. But if kids, okay, separate topic. I feel like kids today just are so disconnected with the value of life. They don't know what the value of life is. They don't understand or take a second to pause and think that this decision that I'm going to make right now is going to cost somebody their brother, their father, their mother, their sister, their daughter. Like they don't take that second to reflect on whatever decision they're going to make, whether it's drinking and driving or shooting up a house or anything. They don't take that 1 second of reflection, and that is where the problem comes in. And that problem resides in the fact that we don't have any moral compass left.
You're gonna be a good mom.
I hope so. I want to be a mom one day.
You're gonna be a good mom.
It also comes in that we don't. Everything is politically correct, and we don't tell them the truth. So when you don't get the truth, you don't believe it's real. You don't believe things. Like, it's one of the downfalls of political correctness.
Yeah.
Everybody has to tiptoe with that.
No, you're absolutely right. I'm with y'all 100%. 100%. All right. So guys, I don't know. I think we're being quieted tonight. I don't know what happened. Not sure what it is, but thank y'all so much for pulling up and being a part of the conversation. And Anna P, thank you so much for the super chat. You swear job per Sugar Shane. Shout out to Sugar Shane as well. All of the blues, everybody that supported, as far as the moderators and everyone, thank you for holding the fort down. Everyone who participated inside the chat, thank you so much. Please make sure that y'all hit the like button if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so the next time we go live, you will be notified. And please let me know in the chat if you was notified this time, just with a thumbs up or thumbs down. If you were notified before you leave, if you were notified, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know. And if you weren't, give me a thumbs down, because I really want to know. I just want to gauge that if you were notified.
I wasn't, by the way.
Huh?
I have your notifications set on.
That was C1.
Yeah, that was C1.
Yeah. Yeah, he's I pulled him backstage for the moment because he was getting some feedback. But let me see. It's not. Yes, we got a bunch of people that was notified. Renee was not. Okay. RGCYN was not. Okay. But most of you was. Most of you was notified. I'm notified. Sugar Shane puts up the wrong finger. Yeah, no notifications today for Deanna. All right, so it's all good. Just make sure y'all hit the notifications before y'all roll out. And thank you to C1 and to Anna P. Anna P put on a fight tonight. I made sure I pushed her to the limit, and she really measured up. Anna P, you held it down. I appreciate you. You did your thing. You're showing whoever was mad at you last time for whatever they was mad about.
I'll fight them. I'm kidding. I'm not a fighter.
Yeah. Hey, y'all, thank y'all so much for pulling up. We will see you again on Thursday night. Make sure y'all are here on Thursday night, and make sure y'all are sharing all of the live streams. And we will figure out the numbers game in a little bit. Thank you guys, and y'all have an amazing evening. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week. And you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.